In the last session, we have seen how to enable the offerings and options, how to create the implementation project, and we have seen how the system created task list within the project. Now we'll go and check how to assign the offerings and options to team member, how the status can be updated, finally how that can be tracked as a progress of the project. Progress of the project is nothing but it's more related to setup progress. We'll go to the project which we created. So how to navigate to the project? You have to click on the username. So system will open the panel. Within the panel you can find setup and maintenance task. This is all we discussed already. So click on setup and maintenance task. Once you click on setup and maintenance task, this task will navigate us to FSM, functional setup manager. Okay, FSM is the one where we can do the setups. That's what already we discussed. Now we are in the FSM page. To navigate to our project, click on task list or call it as task pan. Click on the task list. And here we can see one task called as manage implementation projects. Click on manage implementation projects. So here you can find our implementation project. There are many projects which are created in this environment. Okay, many projects are created. If you want to find out our project, you can go and search here. Okay, given as one ERP, right? One ERP implementation project. This is what we given. So instead of searching for our project, simply what you can do is, after navigating to manage implementation project page, you can click on overview. Click on overview. Now you can find out the implementation project. That means the project which is assigned to current user system is displayed. Now you can open the project. Click on this implementation project. What is the purpose we created implementation project? Just to complete the setups and to manage the setups and to update the status so that we can track the progress of the project related to setups. Now here we have a financials. For entire financials we can assign one or multiple resource or else expand the financials. You can assign to payables one resource, for expenses one resource you can assign, or else you can assign one resource to fixed assets. Options wise you can assign our entire offering level, also you can assign the resource. So I will assign entire financials to one resource. How to assign? Select this financial offering and here we have a tab called as assign tasks. Just click on assign tasks. Here this entire financials you can assign to one resource or multiple resources. I will see how to assign one or multiple. Here click on, you can see assigned users, nothing. We didn't assign financials to any user. Now we'll assign. Click on add. And you want to assign to which resource. So if you want to assign to some ABC, we'll check any ABC user is available. Yep, great. We have ABC user. Assign to ABC user and click on done. And you can set the due date for this user to complete the finance setups. Here you can give the due date. Okay, we are expecting this user would complete the setups by 15th. And if you want to assign this finance related setups to one more user, yes, you can do that. Select, click on apply and click on done. So this is how you can assign financial offering to multiple resource. And instead of setting the different due date for this different user, here you can enable the checkbox called as assign same due date to all users. Okay, here you can enable the checkbox and you can give the specific due date. That due date only system will update to all the users. The due date is same for two users, or you may add multiple users, same due date system will default. The permission details that will come to know very soon. Say, okay, at any point of time you can remove, you can select and you can delete that assignments. Say save and close. Just say save and close. Now you can expand the financials. You can expand the payables. Okay, define invoicing under payment configuration means payables application setups. Expand it. Within that, expand further subfolders. So define payables. Now here you can notice these are the setups which we have to complete. So system clearly specifying these setups are assigned to A, B, C and one more. Who is a one more? You could see that. For two users, these all are assigned because entire financials we assign to two resource, say two consultants. The same you could see wherever you go. You go to any task. Here these all are the setups. Okay, all are the setups. What are the setups? We do those simply you call as tasks. For every task system updated these two user names. Okay, I've set two resource names, two consultant names. This is how you can do the assignments. And we have another option where if you don't want to assign entire financials to one or multiple resource, you can assign each and every option to specific resource. Let's pick payables application. Define invoicing and payment configuration means payables. Now you can select this payables and click on assign tasks and add resource. I want to assign to FA admin 1 user. Apply. Click on done. It's not mandatory you have to set the due date to complete the setups. You can ignore it also. Say save and close. Now the payables setups responsibility we assign to one user called as FA admin. Now you expand it. Expand any one of the folder. Now you could see entire financials level we assign two resource and the payables level we assign one more resource. Now total three, A, B, C and two more. You place the cursor on the two more, it shows the names. Now entire financials need to be completed by two resource and for payables we assign one more resource to complete the setups. This is how you could see. Now you can select the entire financials, click on assign tasks. Okay, sorry, not the financial, just I thought of selecting payables. Select payables application. This is the one where we just added. Select it. Click on assign tasks. So ideally it has to show the username here. It is not displaying. You can just remove also at any level, like wherever you assign, system should open the option since it is not displayed. Okay, you can do from here. So you can delete the assignments for specific task. Delete. Okay. No issues, just project level you have, that is the reason is saying at least one. Of course, two we assigned at this finance level. This is how you can delete. Okay, this is how you can delete if you want to delete. So, and if you want to assign one resource for specific setup, say for example, we have a manage payment terms. Only to complete this setup, you want to give the responsibilities to so and so user. Yes, you can select the task, click on assign tasks. Okay, now you can assign this to different user. Only this XYZ user should complete the setups related to payment terms. So what is the payment terms and all we'll understand very soon. But just for our understanding purpose. Okay, this is how you can assign. Other users assignments you can remove. Say remove. First one also deleted. No issues. Just any users add XYZ.
Lakshman, what we are seeing is only the employee users or the implementation.
We are talking about implementation user.
Okay, the list here.
We have to understand few other points at the time we'll discuss. That is the reason I was not talking about employees.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, when you start doing the implementation, we can create only implementation user. Employee user we cannot create. Once we are ready with the setups, then only you can create the employee user. What is the difference? Why? So those all we'll discuss.
Okay.
Again, remove two, no issues. This is how just you can assign and just remove all this. And now if the user is going to start doing the setups, a consultant is going to do the setups, you can update the status. Okay, from here you can click on the status icon and you can select the status. You can say the user started work, consultant started working on the financials. You can set the status like this. So in progress, or else you select the record, click on edit status. Say in progress. This is how just you can set the status. So what is the status of the financial setups that you can specify? So now you can say in progress. Say within the financials you completed few setups. Say payable setups we completed. So if you complete payable setups, only for payables you can set the status as a completed. So it's a completed. So save and close. So if you expand payables, system will display all the tasks are completed. Reality we not yet completed. Just you can update the status. Say fixed assets not yet started. Okay, we just updated finance as a finance is in progress, so everything system is updating as a in progress. But say fixed assets setups we not yet started. Only for fixed assets, you may set the status as not started. You not yet started doing the status for fixed assets. The status you can update. Okay, you could see the status accordingly. So this is how you can just update the status for entire offering or option or specific task also. For single task also you can update the status. Say for example, go to payables or go to other tax related. Okay. Just go to any one of the other tasks. Expand the folder. Okay. So here any one of the tasks you can update the status. Say receivables payment terms. Only this setup, only this task also you can set the status. Say status is completed. Say save and close. So this is how you can update the status. This is how you can update the status. If you update the status, what is the benefit? We'll see that. Just click on done. Now see, when you look at the project, it is specifying the overall how many tasks we have in this project, what is the status of the project. Within the project, you could see overall tasks 17% tasks are completed. The count is 347 tasks are completed. 5% tasks not started. That is nothing but fixed assets. The number of tasks are 92 and remaining all in progress. 1545 tasks are in progress. The percentage it is showing as 78%. So if you click on this 17, it shows what those setups are. Click on 17%. So all those setups, which setups are completed, it is showing. And to whom those are assigned also it is showing. Say assignment status. So here you could say in the next week these many setups need to be completed. Okay, again, what is the current status for those setups? So here you can click on this next week. What are the tasks need to be completed, which are already completed? You can click on that. It shows those tasks. So that's how you can drill down. And assignment status by task list. Select this section. Okay. So you can see the progress for each and every subfolder of the information. Like here you could see this define invoicing and payment configuration is completed and fixed asset status is not started, remaining all are in progress. Let's see here little more detail level you can see without expanding. This is how you could see. And resource status, select resource status. So you could see who are the resources are working for this project this week, and say next week which tasks are due, and all those you can see for which user which setups need to be completed in the next week, and say in 3 weeks. This is all you can update after 4 weeks. Okay, or past due who has to complete in past who not yet completed, that you could see here. Nothing as of now, and just none means here it system shows there is no due date. For FA admin 1 we assigned but we didn't give any due date. That is the reason. In case of due date none, it is showing how many setups need to be completed with this user where due date is not applicable. So this is all the details you could see from here itself. Okay, all the details you could see from here. Just click on done. Click on overview. From here you can see the progress. By looking at this you can understand what is the progress of the project. Now go to project. Open this project. Now here we'll go one by one. All this whatever you could see, we'll just go through all this. So task means it could be task list. That means wherever you see the folder option, that you can call as a task list. Task list could refer offering or option or some list of tasks, doesn't matter. So if you see the folder option, that you should call as a task list. Okay, these are the different task lists we have. And the next column is help. Okay, here by default help is available. Here you can check that. You can click on username. Here there is one option called as hide help icon. Okay, and if you say hide help icon, this icon will be disabled. If you say show help icon, that system will display. I just selected hide. Now again we'll just go back to the same project. Now see help icon is not there. So that's how you can on or off the help icon to know more about whatever the information you want to understand. Say show help icon. Yes. Now you can just refresh this page. Just click on done. Open this. Now you can see help icon. So anything you want to understand, once you enable the help icon, it is not applicable only for the project. Wherever help is applicable, it will display that help icon. Just click on done. What is the implementation project? You can understand by clicking on this. You can go to any page and do. So what is the setup here that you can understand? You can click on this. So once you enable the help, wherever help is applicable, a system will display. Just click on overview and open the project. So expand any task list or task and all. So now you want to know about what is invoicing and payment configuration. You can click on that help icon. Just click on help icon. It will take us to help portal. Okay, it will take us to help portal. Here you can see define invoice and do payment configuration, very high level. They are just giving some basic information. If you want to go to help content, click on this. Just click on that, it will take us to help portal. Maybe here link might be missing. Just click on this another help icon. It will take us to help portal. Yeah, here search help. You can click on this. Now it will take us to help portal where you can search and find any help related information. Okay. Here you can choose the specific application and you can search for help. And here you can just click on this help other content related to that. It will take us to the page where we can see the help section. Here, this is what we selected in the same way for general payable options, payables. With task, what we selected is payable related. All this payable related help you could see. Okay. So approving invoices, etc. is all complete help. Okay. So that's how you could see. Okay. So that's how you can use the help icon. If you don't want to display this help icon, you can go to user and you can click on hide help icon. Wherever it is applicable, system will hide. So that is the purpose of help icon. Here you can see the go to task. Go to task means this go to task icon is not enabled. You cannot see as enabled for offering or option or task list. It is enabled only for task. So where we can do the setup for that only, that go to task icon would be available. Say in payables you want to create payment terms. Go to task icon is available. Click on that. It will take us to that page to create the payment terms. Any setup if you want to perform, the go to task icon should be available so that you'll be able to do that. And the next column is selected scope. The next column is selected scope. The selected scope means, so when you are doing the setup you are doing for what, that you can select into selected scope. Okay, when we are doing the setups, we will come to know. Now we didn't cover that point. Once we complete the setups, we will discuss about it. So for now, we cannot understand that selected scope. Okay, we are working for which ledger, which say operating unit or business unit. Based on that, we can use the selected scope. We not discussed anything related to that. Ignore it. Okay, selected scope will come to know very soon. And status column. Already we have seen. So the status, you can set the status for everything. It could be offering or option or task list or specific task. You can set the status. Okay, you can set the status. The next one is predecessor task. That means it talks about dependency. Say for example, if I want to complete define general payable options, okay, whether any dependency task need to be completed or not, it shows. Yes, if you want to complete these setups, there is one dependency task. Okay, predecessor task, nothing but dependency task. If any dependency setup is there, it shows which dependency setup you have. One setup need to be completed before completing this setup. What is that? Click on that one, it will display which task is that. So define payable setup need to be completed to complete that setup. So if I want to complete the task called as, let me scroll little up. If I want to complete payment terms, any dependency task is there? No. Dependency tasks are 0. So this is how you can see whether any dependency task is there to complete the setup or no dependency task, that you could see with the help of this column. The other column is assigned to, that already we discussed and we have seen. The entire offering level or option level. So whatever we assign the resource, that information you can see with the assigned task. And due date also already we have seen. When we are doing the assignments, if you set the due date, the same due date is applicable. Here for 3 users we have 1 and 2, total 3. Here multiple due dates are available. For which user what is the due date system is displaying. For ABC and other users same due date. For FA admin different. For FA admin we didn't give any due date. So that's what system is showing. Due date is to represent by which date the setup need to be completed. Okay, or else for a single means you can give here. Okay, assignment time you can give single due date. And assignment permissions, and here authorized roles. Okay, so let me pick manage. Okay, manage payment terms. This manage payment term is assigned to 3 users. Now I'm going to click on assignment permissions. Okay, now you see the task is assigned to 3 users. Okay, the task is assigned to 3 users, but ABC and FA admin only got permission to do the setup, but other user doesn't have any permission. Why? Which roles will give the permission, which roles doesn't give the permission to do that setup? If you want to understand, you can go to authorized roles. If you assign this task to these 3 users, the 3 users should have any one of the role which is listed in these authorized roles, then only that user will be able to do the setup. You can verify which roles will allow the users to do this setup. Okay, that you can check here. Click on details under authorized roles. So these are the various roles which are available in the system to complete that relevant setup. Okay, so everywhere you can see the role called as application implementation consultant. When you talk about other roles may have a very limited permissions, but application implementation consultant role will have a full privileges. Okay, done. Now another point here is notes. So you are doing the setups. You want to write one note saying that I completed this setup, others please don't touch this, or some document you want to upload related to setup reference document, etc. Anything. So those you can add here. When you are doing the implementation, okay, you can just do all these activities. Maybe payables level you want to add the note. Here you could see notes, click on this notes, then click on add, and you can attach the file here. The attachment type is file, and you can browse and you can attach the file, or else some text you can write here. You'll open the field, you can write the text, or you can attach some URL. You can just provide an URL so that we can, with the help of link, you can access the relevant data. Okay, this is how you can just provide anything. Say I'm writing some text. Okay, so I am working on AP setups. Something else you can write the name, etc. So this is how you may provide the note. Now if anybody look at this, okay, note, they can understand, they can open and they can see. So they can see the content, what is the progress of it, who is working, and some other information. Or else you can, as we seen here, the files also you can attach here. Just click on save and close. Now you see here, define invoicing and payment configuration means payables. For payables, there is one note. Okay, so you can click on that and it will open the notepad. Within that, you can see the note, whatever you written. This is how you can see. And view reports. View reports means you can just click on view report. It will show how many setups are completed, how many setups are not completed based on the progress assignments it shows. As of now, we didn't do any setups. Even if you check, you don't find any difference. So these are the various options are available when we are dealing with these setups. This is what we have to understand. Right? Another few points are, so the status what we are setting and the assignments what we are doing, this is just for information, doesn't have any control. So here the project finish date we given as a 15th of this month. But users or say consultants will be in the position to work on this project after this 15th of December also. This is just for information so that when we are tracking the project, we'll be able to understand by which date we are going to complete. Another point is we assign resource to this project. Okay, project level we assigned, and we assigned at offering level, we assigned at option level. All the levels we assigned. All the levels we assigned. That is also for information purpose only. There is no control. So if payables is assigned to you, other resource can do the payable setups. System won't stop. But this is just for information for tracking purpose only. So no controls based on the status or based on the SN. So these are the points we have to understand. Any questions here, please?
Hi, Lakshman. Just a quick question regarding this task list. Can we download this to an Excel sheet or something so that I can update the project plan
Yes, yes.
if I create a project plan task list?
Yes, you can download by using this view report. As a report, you can download all.
Okay,
You can do that.
thank you.
But
And
reality, that much granular level, we don't do it. Simply we'll say payables for so and so resource or else entire financial for other resource. Yes, if you want to analyze and if you want to list out the task, and you can do that. But even if you just generate the report, it will fetch all the tasks. The reality, in no project will do all these setups what Oracle is giving. The basic setups we do for every application, and on top of it, what are the additional setups they required as per their business requirement. We'll do that. But yes, to answer your question, if you want to download, yes, download. Only entire financial means you can download this report, view report. This, if you want to only for payables, only payables one you can download. So this is how you can do. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, the other question is if the updating the task is it can it be done by the person to whom the task is assigned also, or
Anyone.
it can be done only by the project to whom the project is assigned?
Anyone who got access to application implementation consultant, all the users can have access to FSM. Since project
Okay.
is an FSM, if you may not belongs to so and so project, but still you'll be able to work on that project. Still you'll be able to set the status. You can change the assignments, or you can assign to so and so resource. Anything you can do. So only the point is who got access to FSM, who can get access to FSM, who got access to application implementation consultant role. That's how it works. System won't verify to whom it is assigned, who is trying to do the setups. No. This is just for information only.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions here, please?
What is the detach function there? What it is trying to detach?
Okay. So detach is here nothing, that whatever the view you are able to see, that you want to make a copy that section, you can detach. First you have to freeze that section. It's already freezed. So you can freeze. When you freeze this section, the system will freeze. This section I can detach, I can copy, I can separate it. Click on detach, created one more. Okay, detach that section. That's all. Fine. And few other points also we'll discuss related to project. This is how we created project, right? After creating the project, say just you can open at any point of time, you can add offerings or options into this project. Say I want to add procurement. Click on add. Search for procurement offering. Search, select, say apply. Click on that. It takes some time because when you select procurement, all procurement related setup system has to auto generate. Now procurement offering is in our project. Okay, this is how you can add. Or else you can remove financials. I'm removing the financials. You want to select only payables. Just first remove this. Okay, payable finance removed. Now click on add. Now what you want to add? You want to add entire offering or specific option. Option means particular application that already we discussed, right? Now here, if you want to add entire financials, you can add search and select entire financials. You can search and you can select, you can add to the project. Instead of entire offering, if you want to add only payables application, here you can select task list. The payables task list name, what they given, define invoicing under payment configuration, right? Search for define invoicing under payment configuration. Search for the task list. This is what define invoicing under payment configuration. Nothing but payables. All payable setups you can have in this. Only this option also you can add it to your project. Only one option, only one application. Click on that. So this is how you can add. Okay, you can add. So not only during the project creation, after project creation also, you have option to add or remove or to select entire offering or specific option. This is how the setups you can manage. And one more very important point we'll discuss. So you create a project, okay. This is how you can do, or else you can add specific task also. See here, I'll just add one task. You want to add one single task into your project, select tasks. I'll say manage payment terms or something else. So manage payment methods. I can add it. You don't need to look at the meaning of manage payment methods. Okay. So just what is the meaning of payment when we are working on it, we'll see. So this is how just you can search and you can specific task you can search and you can say apply. Okay, now system is not taking here the reason within this already these tasks are available. It will become duplication. That is the reason it is not accepting into that. Ideally, if you don't have something, say for example, I want to add something rapid. Don't think about what is the meaning of the task. Maybe that they might have given as a task list. One second. Okay. Okay, this is how just you can search any task. Okay, any task just you can add here. This is how you can add. Earlier this table is only selected, that the reason it is not displaying. This is how you can add any task. Whatever the task you required, you can just add into the project. Okay. So this is how you can add. If you don't require, you can delete it. I'm just deleting these payables also. We'll add financials. offerings, financial search. Apply. Just click on done. Just wait for a while. It takes time to generate the task. Yeah, done. Now, once you add that offering to the project or options to the project, you can set the status accordingly and you can start working on that setups. You can update the status. This is how we can do. So after completing all this, say you completed few setups. Okay, you completed payables, receivables, so and so. After completing the setups, even if you delete this offering or even you delete this entire project also, your setups will remain in the system. That we no need to worry about it. See, the project is allowing us to access the specific setups. Through project, you can do the setup. Okay, if you delete the project, just you are deleting the environment which will allow you to access the setups to create and manage, but you are not deleting the setup. That's what you have to understand. You can create one project, you can add the offerings, and you can complete the project, you can complete the finance setups. Even if you delete the entire project also, your setups will remain same. Again, if you want to access the same setups, you can create one more project, from that you can access. So this is the point you have to understand. The other point is, it is not mandatory you have to select the offerings and options during the implementation project creation. Say we'll create one more project. We'll give the name as some XYZ. So if you click on next, it will show offerings and options to select into this project. I don't want to select. Say save and open project. Just click on save and open project. Now we created blank project, empty project. Now you can add whatever you want to add. Okay, financials you want to add. Okay, anyway, we know how that can be added. So the same point. So you can select any one of the offering and options. You can add to the implementation project after creating the project also. So these are the points which we have to understand when we are dealing with this project. Already discussed how many projects we have to create. So normally we create one project for one country. That's more than enough. And for each country, we create the separate project if you are dealing with the multiple countries. For multiple countries also, you can create one project. That will create some sort of confusion when you do few setups. What sort of setups and all we'll discuss when we reach that stage. So this is what you have to understand about implementation project. Once you have implementation project, once setups are ready, you can copy these setups from one instance to other instance. That also already we discussed as a point, but we have to see later. So manage configuration packages. With the help of manage configuration packages, you can create the setup file. In this instance, the same file you can load in the target instance, so that all the setups will be extracted and loaded into target instance. That's a few functional tasks we will work on it. The part of our course will see. We not yet started doing setup, so we are not touching that. We'll see after some time. Takes time. So this is what you have to understand about the implementation project. Any questions from anyone, please?
Lakshman,
Yeah.
once you are selecting the resource for the particular task, so that resource has to be there in the system as an user, or we can create anything. any name or anything and assign to that task.
That should be there. See, whatever is available, that only we are selecting. We are not creating on the fly, right?
Okay, we are not creating that time. The search option we are doing, it's just to
Already created,
take the
those are available. Which are available, we are selecting.
and for multi OU, if we want to give the access control, then what we need to do?
That's a different story. Okay, when we are dealing with that that relevant topics, we'll see that. That is a separate concept we are asking. Okay.
Okay,
One of the future you are talking about. Yeah, we'll work on it.
sure. Thank you.
It's also possible in the future, same as EBS. We can do that. Any other question, please?
Lakshman,
Yeah.
The project, can you change the due date?
Yeah, due date anytime you can change. Okay. Due date anytime you can change. Only what you cannot change is project code you cannot change. Project code you cannot change. See here. Notice, click on overview. You can change. Again, there is no control. Even there is a due date, that won't stop us doing something. Click on edit. You can change the due date. I'll make it as this month end. Okay. Only code you cannot change. Except this code, anything you can change.
Now, what would happen if you cross the due date and that particular setups are not completed?
Yeah, what will happen means here, you select this project, system will display. System will display here past due list. How many days past due, and it will show, but nothing will happen from system side. Just for information, you cross the due date or you are completing setup so early, system side no action. It will track whether setups are completed before the due date or after due date or not yet completed. This is how it will produce the report here. That's all. So because you cross due date, system is not going to stop you. Because you are not the user supposed to complete the setups, it is not going to stop you. Because setup status implementation project or within the implementation project, some offering or option status is completed. That is the reason system is not going to stop you. These are all for information purpose and tracking purpose. No controls are enabled for all these activities. Assignments or status, due dates. Okay, no controls are applicable, just for information tracking purpose.
And whenever you are doing the setups, if they are in a logical order, can you do the last setups first, or can you do whichever setups you want to do first? Will it allow you to do it, or we have to
We
go by
have
the
to
sequence?
follow the sequence only. Certain setups you can do randomly, okay, and few setups definitely you have to follow the sequence. Say for example, if I want to create the invoice and the payables, I need supplier. Supplier setup need to be completed before that. So this is how there will be some tasks which are dependency tasks. Those we have to complete in the sequence. Then only further setups you can do. We'll come to know, like system also will list out what sequence we have to follow. Where you can skip that sequence, those points also will discuss when you start doing the setups.
And Lakshman, we can rely on the dependencies section, isn't it? So it says dependencies.
Ideally, frankly speaking, you don't need to look at that. Okay, everything system is giving the in the application. You can find everything in the sequence only. Okay, the dependency section you can ignore. Okay, when we start doing the setups, I'll show you for which setups, what sequence they are giving. Those all points we can discuss. They're given dependency section, but really not required for us.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Lakshman, one question. In the project, we have given to one particular user only task.
Correct.
He has to do one task.
Yeah.
When you created again, when I go to user level and try to assign any offering, so will system allow you are eligible only for task but not offering?
No,
which
no.
is higher end.
No. It will allow. You can assign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There is no dependency.
Yes.
Here and there.
Correct.
Fine.
Yeah. Any other questions here, please?
Yeah, Lakshman, after assigning the roles, implementation consultant, IT security, do we need to run any program, LDAP, something?
No, not required. Not required. The older we are supposed to run, and the LDAP which you are referring that you can run in other cases. As of now, no, not required. Once you assign, since those are seeded roles, you are not doing any changes. Those will sync immediately. Not required. When we have to run that, I'll cover. Use LDAP, but not for this. In the older versions, as it became mandatory. In the latest versions, the dependency they removed. They enabled auto synchronization. So whenever you assign the roles to specific user, you don't need to run that LDAP job. Okay, where it is mandatory, we will discuss. Right. Any other questions, please? Okay. Now let's talk about versions. So when we talk about versions, we have a 11i version in the past as a part of EBS solution, and we have R12 also, release 12 as a version in EBS. So this is a just series. 11a R12 is a series. Within that actual that in R12 the last version what Oracle in the 11a the last version what they given 11.5.10.2. Okay, with this release they stopped 11i and R12 still they are running. We have a different versions. Okay, we have a 12.5.10.2. Okay, so 12.5 and 10.2, and there are very various versions. 12.1.10.2. There are multiple versions. 12.2, 12. There are sub versioning. This is how we have. But all those we don't require. Simple point we have to understand the primary version series is 11 and R12 in case of EBS. But when it comes to Fusion, they given that version as a 11G. Okay, the Fusion applications version is 11G reality. But when we talk about Fusion, always we talk about release. We never use the term called as version. How you can identify the instances which release and all. So Oracle is giving the version including the release name by following this format. Say 11.1.7.0.0. This is how they'll give. So when you see it starting with 11, you have to understand this is a Fusion applications version. But here whatever they are giving as a 7, that is the actual release. Now this we call as release 7. Release 7. In the same way, like 11.1.1.8 0.0, this you call as release 8. So later what Oracle did is 11.1 they ignored one level, then 9.0.0. This is release 9. Later we have a release 10. You can understand how the 10 that would be represent. 11, then release, let me write here, release 12. Now we are on release 13. That means it would be 11.1.13.0.0. This is how you could see. So this is the place which you have to consider as release. Okay. So really we say like which release of Fusion application you are using. So 7 to, of course they started from 1, 2, 3 releases, but clients started using from release 7. Very few clients started using from release 7, and from release 9 onwards many clients started. By 12 the product was very much stabilized. Now the 13 is very much matured product. So that's how we have to understand here. 13 means release. Now what Oracle it is 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 12. This is how they just keep moving on. And after reaching release 13, what Oracle it is, they stop moving, changing these versions based on the updates or new some features or etc. So almost Oracle introduced release 13 2 years back. Okay, 2 years back itself, Oracle released release 13. After that, what they are doing, they are keep applying the patches. Okay, they are keep applying the patches to release 13. So in every year, 4 times they apply the patches. In every quarter, they apply the patches. That also, when you look at that release, you can understand what is the latest patch applied on that instance. But we don't need to be very much up to date with the patches and all. So we don't get in every patch the latest features or upgrades. Mostly they are applying the patches to do the bug fixing, etc. Now we'll go to our instance and we'll verify which release we are using, what patches are applied, etc. We'll go through. So this is our instance. If you want to verify the release of this instance and all, you can click on the username. Just click on the username and click on about this application hyperlink. Now you could see simply they are calling as 20C. 20C means 2020. C means in third quarter patch is applied. The last quarter patch is applied. Here this is actual. 11 means Fusion Applications version. So within that 13 means release name. Okay, and 20 means 2020 year. And this is 7 means month. In which month the last patch they apply. That is the meaning of this. Now, when you talk about simply we call as release 13. This is the 13 which we refer. And when you talk about patch, 20A means in 2020 year first patch. 20B means second patch, second quarter patch. 20C means third quarter patch. If you see here 20D, that means fourth quarter patch. That is a meaning which we have to understand by looking at this. Always we refer release 13. This is what we never use this 11 and all. Actual 11 means that is a version. We never use the version. It's everything's Oracle is running with the releases only. That is the reason we call it as release 13. We are using the release 13 where the latest patch is 20C. In 2020 first year, if they apply the patch, they will mention as a 21A. That means in 2021 year, first patch is applied. So this is how easily you can identify what patch is applied, which latest patch and which release we are using. Here you can find the information. Okay, this is what we have to understand. So and we can just wind up for today. From Monday onwards, we'll spend enough time as we scheduled. Okay, we'll run the classes from Monday to Friday, and as we know, we'll start the sessions from 8 to 9:30. We'll run the session for 1 hour 30 minutes, and going forward, maybe after 1 month or after 45 days, we'll prepone the batch timings. Okay, we'll make it maybe 6 o'clock. The morning we'll prepone the class timings and we'll run the sessions for remaining period. Maybe around 50% of course will run by following. So 8 to 9:30. Going forward. One second, let me speak. Let me speak. I'm sorry. Okay, just we'll do that. That is just update from my side. And classes from Monday onwards will spend 1 hour 30 minutes for sure. Okay, you can notice 2-3 sessions. I mean, total 4 sessions we completed only. I think in the first day of the session we spent 1 hour 30 minutes, and remaining 2 to 3 classes hardly we spent 1 hour only. And we started session maybe 10, 8:15, 8:20. But from Monday onwards, we'll start the session sharp 8 o'clock. We'll stop the session by 9:30, and we'll send the meeting link minimum 10 minutes before. And from Monday onwards, I'm going to share the meeting link. I'm not going to share to my team where I could hear some delays. Okay, so this is all about. Okay, and one more point, we're done for today. If you have any questions, you can stay back or else you can drop from the meeting. Now, any questions from anyone, please?